An update on my wall. Oh my god, my hair looks so bad right now. Anyway. Yeah. So hey guys, what's up? It's currently 10:24 p.m. I'm starting this vlog. I know I should be late still, but I am, so I've had a bit of a rough day. I'm not feeling the best, and it's like no matter what the hell I do, I'm gonna get darker with my parents, and it pissed me off at every opportunity. And they're like, oh, well, we don't fight with you like that normally. I'm like, yeah, I know. Why is it happening now? Like, seriously. It's bull. Yeah. It was over. I'm gonna go to bed with it. So, yeah. Bye. See you guys in the morning. Morning. Don't know what it is made about. I'm about to get dressed and go for a nice long walk today because it's beautiful out. So it's really cold, but I had a blind date and had many fears. I hadn't had a date in about 10 years. Veronica was a really great girl, yes you understand. But at the end of the night I found out Veronica was a man. See you guys in a bit. I can't see. That's like clouds now. Perfect paint. Perfect. Honey, I'm still. Aww.
places start serving lunch because fast food breakfasts give me a goddamn heartburn. And then I go spray or cologne or what actually did just recently repack my toiletry bag. Because, you know, you have to have a toiletry bag in your closet ready to go. See, that's why you have to have two of everything. Because you have one if they catch you, you know, like peeing. Also, he considered that the fucking new thing that I'm doing, so I'll take this bump or whatever the fuck, a couple minutes. And then you go out and call it in the fucking ring. Magnum blows his comeback. The natives are going wild. He hits the belly to belly. But at the count of two, you get a leg on the ropes. And people will think could pull in and let you out, or pull up to the side door and let you in and go a different way or whatever. He knew his way around. And he always had that voice, you know, I can't do it, or I'd sound like Howard, and I don't. But the enthusiasm and the full voice and everything. He's fucking great. I love Finkel.
Fix that one.
You know, once again, as I said, never a crossword with him or anybody else, you know, that he associated with. He was the fucking best. You know, whenever I see remember how I felt as a kid
soon, and then I call with my girlfriends at 1:30. I'm so excited to see them.
Wanted to come out and do the big introduction.
Yay!
And how we're people behind it, but I was thinking, and here's
Vince. At some point this week, it looks rough.
What is purported
really rough. Oh my gosh.
93,173 people.
So yeah.
It's by far his biggest achievement as a promoter.
As a president, but he has very skewed outlooks on some things and some very interesting connections. But I had great feedback on my appearance because people said, God, Cornette seemed so happy. It was a lot of fun. Boy, I haven't heard him laugh like that. And I thought, well, Brian always seems to bring that out in me. We've known each other for 20 years. Met when he was a young, underage, teenage.
He pushed me, and then I pushed him back. And then he lifted me over his head, and he paraded me around a little bit, and then he put me down. So there was no...
I played Channel 2. I think it was, every Wednesday. And the Louisville match has been the night before, so Jarrett's story was that Lynn Ross, Donovan had called him, and then he called Tojo, because he wasn't in Louisville that night. And he was trying to find out what was going on. And then the next day at TV, Lynn Rossi came up to him. They just did interviews. This wasn't a studio show, I don't think, at that time. It was just interviews they did on Wednesdays. And Lynn Rossi came up to him and said, well, Donovan's coming, and, you know, he has some trouble, and I know Tojo's your friend, but, Donovan's my friend. Because Lynn Rossi was always Nick's booker. And the Birmingham-Nashville end of the territory, there were two circuits. Whereas Jarrett's guys were... I got something I want... Brian, thank you for being on this week, but I never really liked his... wrestling before because he reminded me of, he was very Ultimate Warrior-ish.
Love this.
Those goofy facial expressions. I was doing commentary. Joey Ryan was a last-minute fill-in for another guy that couldn't be there. And James Dixon came to me and said, well, we got Joey Ryan on the show. And I was I was the lead announcer. And I said, look, I'm just telling you, it's your show. You can do whatever you want to do. But if this guy's going to be flipping people with his dick, I'm not going to call it. I'm not going to announce that match. I will come to the back. You can say he's had a phone call.
Into a brief dismissal of Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. You didn't go too deep into that. And us talking about what a dipshit get around his crotch and said he has an Easter basket for kids. You know what?
Oh, God.
Fuck that guy. Another guy from my wood chipper club. Him and JBL.
Well, and he also, and here's another reason, and I assure you, folks, my business is doing just fine. I don't know how I would make money off of, because I'm him. And the people that do buy my merchandise and listen to the show.
Minutes on it, which is incredible. He did longer on it than we did, I think. And then he had a few tweets about it. Joey Ryan responded to one of them and said about the grenade spot. The grenade spot was awesome.
I made some prints out of this one.
But see, that's the kind of thing.
Just a
Remember,
couple. I love how they all turned out, though. That's really cool.
Blue.
That one's a little too much stuff, so I might get pleased to like actually,
Connecticut at least part-time or whatever the fuck. I'm like,
motherfucker,
how can you trust anybody's word? If somebody had done that to me once, if I'd have moved to Connecticut
as well
in 1996, and 6 months later they said, no, you're done, you got to go, well, I wouldn't have minded leaving, but I would have done some damage on the way out.
Yeah.
If a program is going to end where the heel got the last word over the babyface, if you give a shit at all about the babyface, they have to have a reason for not trying to go back and get even. And it's the same principle with the first Hell in a Cell with Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. Undertaker wasn't going to win the belt.
Yes, St. Islet.
So the intervention of Kane allowed Michaels to escape with the belt, but instead of Undertaker chasing after Michaels, he had bigger fish to fry with the appearance of his long-lost brother, and that was his graceful exit. It's the same principle. Give them something else to do so the fans don't wonder why they're not trying to get even with the guy that just screwed him around.
And that's exactly what I thought happened. Now, as you went into these promos at the end of 88...
On a PA system. Because it was a TV studio. You were yelling, you could hear it from one side of the fucking room to the other. But I was so into the first things that I was saying that the people started chanting for me. Well, that's great under normal circumstances, except I want them to hear what I'm about to say. So in the middle of it, I just held my hand up. I said, shh, like, hold on, you want to hear this? And thankfully, they bit. And they went, and the place went deadly quiet. And then they could hear me make the point, and then they pop up at the right place. It's just, it's like I was watching again, somebody retweeted the angle between Watts and I, the slap on Mid-South Television that kicked off the last Stampede. And I noticed this, I don't even think we've talked about it before, Brian, remind me if we have, but Watts almost jumped the gun on that and cut me off before I was finished, and I had to stop him. Because we didn't have specific cue lines, or we didn't have, and then he catches the fucking hand, and I'm gonna turn away, boom. He almost cut me off, but I was so cranked up, I wasn't going to do it. Okay, if I say this or say that, or whatever, fuck. He knew what I was going to say when he watched the monitor, and vice versa. And that's when we would fire each other up a little bit, and each person wanted to win the fucking promo battle, even if obviously the people are going to side with me and side against him, but just in terms of who belittled the other better in the context of drawing some money and furthering this program, that's what we were trying for. And it made it pointed, and it made it sharp. And it was supposed to be.
I like those two prints the best. That's why I want to frame one of them.
That's what makes it so much great TV back then. And like I said, we talk about it for an hour and a half, 2 hours every single week whenever we review these. So it's just really good.
How am I so different from the first man to
I'm trying to
this
think of a
day?
quote for this.
Like a man in a subway, fight through it all the way. The secret northwest passage at the Cumberland, so wide and savage, and make the northwest passage.
I'm gonna go shower. Yeah. I'm gonna clean up this first. This crap. I'll go shower. I think I'm actually it's starting to melt a bit. So yeah. Hey guys, I'm ending my vlog and I will see you in my next one. Bye!